All right, everybody. Welcome into the stream. This is another week of Sushi's World Best of the Best Wednesday night scrimmages. There is a giveaway tonight, so their Discord is pinned at the top for you guys. So the giveaway is going to be a $10 prize, and you have to like and subscribe to the channel tonight, and like the stream, subscribe to the channel, and post the screenshots in their Discord in the giveaway section. All right, we are starting off really good here for match number one. It is going to be Erangel. We do have a kind of the northeastern flight path coming out of kind of the Milta area all the way up to Severny. Got Yasnaya Polyana. This is going to be a hotspot for a lot. School is going to be a hotspot based off of this flight path. You got Pachinki a little ways out there from this flight path, but it is still going to be probably a hot drop for some of these teams. We have the military base right off the bat as well. You've got some good places for these teams to jump down, loot up, grab what they need, and take on fights as they come. And we have some really good teams in here tonight as well. All right, we've got EXO Elites Team 3. They're first on the ground, I believe. And we've got 3 teams already in Yasnaya Polyana. We've got a couple teams out there in Severny, Shooting Range, School. It looks like we got 2 teams going towards Rozhok. We got 2 teams inside School. We have groups that are already down and going to probably get on to some fights. So we'll keep an eye on these 3 locations: Pachinki, School, Rozhok, and Severny. Then make that 4. But let's head over to Severny first, where we're gonna with Team 24 Centennials. Now they are here inside. We've got Team 11 Deities on top. Dot. All right, Centennials got a couple of their members. They've already got 3 eliminations right off the bat here, and they are still sitting as a full squad. Did they just wipe out in time? They did. Team 6 is all Sushi's World already eliminated. They did just start out with being a team of 3. All right, running right over into Yasnaya Polyana, where we're going to have Team 8 R2D. They are here in Yasnaya Polyana with Team 19. Team 19 is going to be Swifties 4 Rulers. And Team 9 as well as in there. That's going to be Dark Esports. Heading over to School. We have, it looks like we have a member of Team 22 running as a solo here. Team 22 Golden Eagles. So we have 3 teams in the School. We've got a Team 4. Looks like we've already got a fight going on. Let's see if we can move down. All right, Team 4 as Zombie Boys. The Zombie Boys are in trouble. Oh! Team 23, or 25. Excuse me, 20. Yep, Team 25. Not sure who Team 25 is, but we'll actually we'll figure this out towards the end here. I'll get that team name for you here very shortly. Ooh, we've got a fight going down on farm. Let's go check it out, where we have a Team 20. Broken Spirits Broken Spirits not starting off really well for match number 1, and they are already down to a solo. God Kid is the last one that is still stands. Alright, Team 17. Team 17 gonna be straight at Nepal. God Kid kind of is laying low and is able to escape straight at Nepal. Kind of rolls on out of there, headed into the farm. We have Team 18, Shockwave, and they have 2 eliminations, and they are sitting as a duo. Team 15, these 2 teams are in the same building. Team 15 is gonna be Elite Battalion. They have a 1 elimination. They are down. Good knock there by an Invincible. Alright, Oliver trying to slide over and get the revive. A tryout trying to get over there. Definitely smoking it up, trying to get over there for that revive. It looks like tryout does make that over. I'm going to get a revive. Invincible is down for Elite Battalion. Shockwave with the 2 eliminations. Still sitting as that duo, though. We'll see how well they hold up to some of these teams that are still full squads. Alright, straight ahead on Paul. Full squad definitely moved right on in. Player 2 gets a couple good hits there. Gets a knock. Beautiful knock. Let's quickly go see if that revive is going to take place. So Oliver is going to be back up on their feet. But it looks like straight into Paul is going to be down to just a duo, just that quick right here, really fast. All of that shooting going on now. We have a Broken Spirits that's joining the party. So we now have like 4 teams right here inside the farm area. Let's head over to Team 14 really quickly. They just got done with a fight in the Frex with 5 eliminations. Very well. They are already quickly putting points up there on the board. And our zone shifts, still moving towards that south side. All right, our teams are going to be starting to move in. Let's head right back over here to our farm group here. They're definitely laying down that fire very quickly. Straight into Nepal, sitting as a duo. And Shockwave is still there as a duo. God Kid slowly trying to make their way in. Let's head right back up to Nepal, where we still have a couple teams out here. We have Dark Esports. And it looks like Team 8 has been eliminated. R2D is down and out for match number 1. Dark with 4 eliminations. We've got a handful of teams that are still out there in the blue zone, so they're going to need to quickly get to the very next zone. The zone is going to start hurting. All right, Centennials. 3 eliminations. Let's go down and out. F2F Esports, Team 16, full squad. Nice grenade. Or was that a smoke grenade? We'll see here. That was a smoke. Very nice smoke grenade. Well placed. Alright, we have a team of 21. Entity Gaming. They have currently 3 eliminations, and they are sitting as a full squad. This is going to be a 4v4 with some really good teams. They got MASH that is out there with F2F. MASH is kind of out there at the long range. Let's go check out see what MASH has got. MASH has got an M4 with it 3 times. Definitely able to put down some long distance shots there if need be. And it looks like Entity is going to be getting out of the area. They are leaving one person behind. Kind of a very strange tactic here, but not new to a lot of these players. Nice shots by Hunter. Does get a wonderful drop there. Does he get a second? Does he get a no, he goes down, but does get a second drop on the way out. All right, F2F very quickly came in. They're out there in that blue zone. They're going to have to get these revives and get out of that blue zone. All right, our teams are going to start making their way into kind of across the bridge. So we're going to very well see teams kind of post up on the bridge here. Well, let's go check out with Team 14. Once again, this is going to be Frex Easy, or Frex C. Very nice setup. They do have a member on the bridge. It looks like they may have 2 members on the bridge posted up very well. Very good tactic here. Definitely going to be able to get those teams as they do come across that bridge. Now, we do have a couple teams on the other side of the bridge. All right, we might see a game over kind of push through this bridge as well, kind of get to the other side. Maybe even stop kind of midway. Who knows? And God Kid hanging on in there. Ooh, God Kid gets it taken out. Nicely done. Did hang on for quite some time. And Shockwave now up to 9 eliminations already for the team. Our zone shifts once again, still holding in the military base, so these teams are going to be coming across the bridge. Maybe even see some teams come across the water. Entity Gaming. Ooh, a down and out. They were not able to get across there, but they were definitely holding their own there for a little while. Dot up to 3 eliminations. Definitely have seen some new teams tonight that are joining in on the Wednesday night Sushi Worlds scrimmages here. EXO Elite full squad. They do not have any eliminations right now, but still have plenty of time. Frexies got 5 eliminations, but they do have 2 of their members that have been knocked. Are they going to be able to try to get these revives? So EXO Elites are going to be back up on their feet. Full squad. ready to rock and roll. Alright, being in this hovercraft is not very smart. Can't really shoot out of it very well. Lucky preps the grenade. It is that it's going to be a beautiful grenade. Does get a drop, but is very quickly returned with another grenade from behind, it looks like, and is quickly taken out. Alright, the rest of EXO Elites are moving in very quickly here. EXO Elites with the finish there. Very nice. Dot is going to be down and out for match number 1. This is now going to be giving EXO Elites up to 4 eliminations. We have 8 teams remaining for match number 1. Still got quite a few teams that are in that playing out there in that blue zone. Headed over to team 12, Real Gunners Esports. They do have 4 eliminations. See if they can stay alive and then take on Team 11. Team 11 is Dot. Dot is still in play. Who did EXO Elites eliminate there? We'll have to look back. Real Gunners and Dot are both out here in this blue zone fighting each other, so they're going to need to pay extremely careful to their health while they are taking on one another. One of these teams is going to walk out of here, hopefully be able to cross the bridge, maybe even cross the water. It looks like a too high went in there, full send with a vehicle, did get a couple knocks there. Alright, Coffin coming around the corner. Is he going to be able to nice under the car shots? It does get a drop, it looks like. And Dot is now down and out. Very nice. Real Gunners are going to be moving forward with 6 eliminations and being a duo. They now have to get across the water and into the next zone. Team 9, Dark Esports, moving across there, across that bridge. They are moving into the zone with 8 eliminations, and we have 7 teams that remain. Alright, Swifty 4s. Haven't seen them much for this match, but they are doing really well. Holding strong with being a team of 3. They don't have any eliminations at this time, but they do have plenty of time. Swifties are definitely that team that does kind of stay towards the end, get some eliminations, but definitely goes for the placement points. Team 5, Homeless Esports. First time seeing this team for sure playing in scrimmages. And they're doing really well being a team of 3. They have held up very nicely. They are quickly moving in. The last 2 are quickly moving in onto Swifty 4. Nice drop there. It's like Dylan did get some good drops. Homeless moving in and getting those final kills. Naughty 08. It looks like it's going to be the last one kind of still standing currently here for Swifty 4. All right. Homeless Esports up to 2 eliminations. We are 6 teams remain. XZ is down with XO Elites. And is quickly taken out. XO Elites moving forward, now going to be just a duo here. Looks like Smokey trying to get those third-party kills. Dark Esports still sitting with, looks like, 9 eliminations. Alright, our 6 teams that remain, they are kind of scattered out a little bit. That zone is starting to push really quickly here now, so these teams are going to need to get inside the zone as quickly as they can, find some places to kind of bunker down. We got XO Elite. Looks like Quacky was down and out there very quickly. Ooh, Dark Esports has moved up now. They do have 11 eliminations. We have 4 teams that remain for match number 1. AP, last one still standing for Dark Esports. Definitely trying to get some of these grenades up the mountain a little ways. Good grenade, does get a good hit. Dark is in trouble. AP definitely in trouble. Down and out very quickly there. Three teams remain. We got Homeless. Game Over. And a Shockwave. These 3 teams. Homeless almost down. Has been knocked. Revive is going to be extremely difficult here. Alright, Dylan with that grenade. Gets a good grenade. Possibly the grenade got Smokey there. Three teams remain, and I believe this is gonna... Let's see. This is 3 teams, and this is gonna be a 1v1. V1, I believe. Smokey's down. Go is down. Where's their other member? Rocky. Last one's kind of be still standing there for Game Over. Alright, Homeless Esports back up to a duo. Outta, very nice, got a good place there. Alright, Rocky kind of rotating around. Homeless does have a good position. They are up here on the hill. Does provide a little bit of cover. All they gotta do is kind of back down just a little, back up just a little bit, and be completely fine. Bito, very nice, kind of still sitting there. And Rocky is down and out. GG's, nicely done there. Homeless Esports taking the chicken dinner. Shockwave coming in second. And game over coming in third. Dark coming in fourth. Swifties coming in fifth. XO Elites coming in sixth. Real Gunner coming in seventh. Dot coming in eighth. Frexy coming in ninth. F2F coming in 10th. Entity coming in 11th. Broken Spirits coming in 12th. Elite Battalion coming in 13th. Straight out of Nepal coming in 14th. Centennials coming in 15th. R2D taking 16th. Death Wish coming in 17th. And NW coming in 8th. All right, that is it for match number 1. We'll get you here quickly as we can into match number 2. Y'all hang tight. All right, match number 2. We got 2 more matches ahead. We're going to be here with inside Myanmar. Now, Myanmar, one of the larger land maps, also one of the larger maps as well. Very well could see teams kind of slow down a little bit for them to be able to grab what they can, loot where they can, and just kind of take it nice and easy, play the zone, and kind of work their way into these fights as they do show up. Might see some teams jump in right on top of each other depending on our flight path. We have a LLR all the way out to El Pozo flight path, kind of that northern part of the map, but still Hacienda, San Martin area is in directly in this flight path. Might see quite a few teams kind of jump there in towards the water treatment, power grid, El Pozo, graveyard. There's a lot of places around that area that these teams can jump in, grab some quick stuff, and be able to move into Hacienda. Not a lot of teams that we might not see go towards Los Llanos, but very well could see some teams kind of jump down and move out to Los Llanos, depending on where this very first zone is going to be taking these teams. And we have a majority of our teams are right off the bat. It's kind of almost a 50-50 split here. Got quite a few teams kind of going towards Los Llanos and Impala. Maybe try to get out there a little bit farther. Might see some teams go to Los Llanos. Frixie, first team down, I believe, for match number 2. Got some teams going kind of the Cruz de Ville. Might see some teams kind of pick up a vehicle and they might move out towards the Campo Militar to try to pick some stuff up. Now, very first zone is going to be kind of that west side of the map. So the teams that kind of jump towards the beginning are going to have to get what they can, loot what they can, and then kind of make their way towards the west side of the map. Got quite a few teams in La Cabrera. Let's go jump in here with elite battalions. They are looting and grabbing what they can. We've got Dot, Team 11 here as well. We also have a Game Over. These 3 teams are definitely inside of La Cabrera. Just on the outside, we're going to have a Team 18, Shockwave. And they may very well move into that area as well. Craterfields, we've got a couple teams there inside of Craterfield. We got Swifties in the side Craterfield. We also have Team 4, Zombie Boys. Crazy has to be careful here. Only one there that's inside of this crater here, and Swifties is definitely there. He is definitely outnumbered for sure. Oh, shots fired. Crazy trying to... Crazy is going to be down. Looks like Crazy may be down and out very quickly here for Zombie Boys. I am bloody long range shots. Not sure if he got any kills. Possibly got a kill there. Alright, Swifties, with being a team of 3, they lost to one of their members. R2D with 1 elimination. F2F with an elimination and a member down. They are a team of 3. Oh! Ilaria stayed in that window way too long and was knocked down. Here comes 2 members of R2D. Was very quickly taken out. Mash, with that shotgun in hand, was able to get those 2 eliminations, which did kind of stop them a little bit. Alright, Jack getting a revive. R2D with 4 eliminations, and they are a duo team. So Team 16, F2F, are going to be down and out for match 2 here. We'll get y'all back here in that action. Elite Battalions. 0 eliminations currently, but that is okay. They have plenty of time. We still have 17 teams remain. And Bar definitely trying to get at a better angle. All right, team 10. Game over. Smokey is down. All right, a Bar is down and out very quickly there. And Invincible is going to be the last one that still stands right now for Elite Battalion. So they are going to be moving into zone. And being a solo, we can definitely see them kind of hold back and play the zone. And Invincible definitely taking some shots that getting hit there. but does escape them and is moving into zone. Alright, Death Wish. They are kind of in the center of the zone. They do have a very good place here. They do have a... If they can all get up here on the hilltop, they're going to have a nice little point of view. Alright, Frexy with the 3 eliminations. And Dot is in trouble. They have 2 of their members down. Frexy definitely making a very quick push here. And Hara gets out of there alive. Moving right back into Death Wish, where they did have the center zone here. R2D very quickly moved up on them. So Death Wish sitting as a duo. If they can get the revives on both of their team members, they will be sitting as a full squad. Costco is down. And Centennials are going to be down and out. Alright, our zone is going to be shifting. And again, not a lot of places for the remaining for this zone. Not a lot of places for these teams to kind of sit and kind of wait it out. Very well could see kind of teams go towards the hilltop here. But we shall see. We have 14 teams remain. And our zone is going to be extremely tiny here. Entity Gaming with 3 eliminations. They do, looks like they just had a member drop down. and is going to be revived. And it looks like Team 4 Zombie Boys are going to be down and out for match 2. We're now down to 13 teams that remain. Alright, straight out of Nepal. Holding strong still with being a full squad as they're making their way into the next zone. They do have 2 eliminations, but they are quickly moving in onto Team 6. Sushi's World. They still got some. It's like they got one of their members has been eliminated. They are going to be sitting as a duo moving forward here. Are 11 teams that remain. Game over. Definitely getting bombarded here by 2 other teams. Broken Spirits Team 20. And Frixie. Game over. Team 10 has been eliminated. We are down to just 10 teams that remain. Zeuser is very well quickly getting healed right back up here. And is going to be making it out of there, but it looks like Hunter's going to have a grenade ready and waiting. Good grenade, but just it was behind. Entity Gaming up to 9 eliminations already. They are putting those points up there on the board. Straight out of Nepal with 5 eliminations. Broken Spirits with 7 eliminations as well. Ooh. Noob up there on the hill gets the knocks there. On Broken Spirits, it does get the elimination. Alright, KC coming down. Ooh, nice shot. Nice throw there with a grenade. Does get a little bit of damage, but then it's very well quickly taken out. That is all up to Vamshi. All right, we have just 6 teams, and these teams are starting to slowly kind of make their way into the very next zone and are trying to find good places to kind of set up here. All right, KC gets a good position. All right, with our 5 teams that are still all right, Nexus is going to be back up on their feet. This is still going to keep Entity with being a full squad, and they are up to 11 eliminations already. Team 5, Homeless. They're up to 3 eliminations already. Ooh, Flash goes out to zone. And 3 teams remain. That was a very nice grenade, well placed. We got straight out of Nepal with 3 of their members are still alive. They do have 7 eliminations. Try out getting their shots in. And try out with it 2 with some knocks there. Was able to get some eliminations out of that. We're now up to just 2 teams that remain. right, Homeless still doing really well. We could maybe very well see them get a chicken dinner here with it. But Straight in Nepal, definitely really good at this, and they are just kind of across the road. Homeless could come in with a clutch here. Oh, and gets ran over. Straight out of Nepal, taking that chicken dinner. Homeless coming in second. Death Wish coming in third. Hunter with Entity Gaming going all out with 6 defeats for the team. Nicely done. Long, Best Companion with 3 rescues. Straight in Nepal tryout with that final kill, giving Sun the chicken dinner for match 2. Alright, we'll get you here into match 3 momentarily. Y'all hang tight. All right, back here in Erangel for match number 3. Alright, our flight path is kind of almost cutting this into the north and northwest and to a south southeast. Now, coming out of the Primorsk, out in the middle of nowhere of Primorsk, out there in the water, all the way up to Kamishki, we've once again from our first flight path from match number 1, we had a Yasnaya Polyana, School, and Pachinki, all three of these in the flight path. Once again, they're all going to be definitely going to be hotspots here. Might see some teams kind of jump really early like we do now to head them maybe into Primorsk and or into the military base as well. Might see some teams kind of, as they are jumping very early on, jump down and grab a vehicle. There are quite a few vehicles around the Gatka area here. Could see them jump down and grab a vehicle and kind of then move up towards Georgia Pool Hospital, maybe even up to the shooting range. But we also have a Severny as well that is decently close to this flight path, but very well could see some teams jump out that way and kind of play it safe. And with our flight path, it's almost a 50-50 split with our teams tonight both going towards the north-northwest and the other half going towards the south-southeast. R2D team 23 in the school apartments area with the team of 4 Zombie Boys. Zombie Boys are starting out strong here. They do have R2D is down and out for match 3 here already. Heading right down into farm. We do have a couple teams out in Pachinki. We'll grab those. We'll go move right over there here momentarily. All right, team 20, Broken Spirits. Teddy with a nice, beautiful knock there. Onto a Shockwave, team 18. Player 3 is down. Are they going to be able to get the revive here? This is going to be a tricky revive, even though it is out in the open. Player 3 does have that vehicle that is right there. All right, let's move right on into the Chinky area with Death Wish. And Real Gunners. Both of these teams are well matched. All right, Dot with 1 elimination, and they're going to be sitting as a team of 3 here. Headed right into Los in Yasnaya Polyana, where we have a game over. And they started match 3 being a team of 3. All right, R2D, the second team, is in Yasnaya Polyana. All right, Centennials. Has eliminated Dot. Dot is going to be our second team out tonight for match 3. All right, Dark Esports kind of taking their time looting and grabbing what they need there inside Primorsk. F2P up there in the North Georgia Pool area. Homeless Esports once again starting the match off being just a team of 3. They have done exceptionally well here, holding their own, even though they have been for the last 3 matches. They've been a team of 3. All right, looks like some of our teams are just kind of taking it slow here. Man, straight out of Nepal with 2 eliminations. And a Dark Esports up to 1 elimination now. Elite Battalions looks like they're going to be moving forward as a duo. Swifties very quickly have been dropped down to just was it just a duo that they could have gotten that revive, but they're now down and out. All right, we got Sushi's World, a full squad. They are up there in the starboard area, so they are going to be grabbing what they can and then moving into the zone. All right, Team 3, Exo Elites. Currently 0 eliminations, but they do have plenty of time. We have quite a few teams that are bunched up right here. No shots were actually shot until now. Let's see. Revo Yen was able to get out of there without taking very little damage. Oh, and gets kind of taken out there just a little bit. Lost a back tire on the buggy. Alright, Real Gunners. They have a member down. They come. Can they get the revive? Nope, not at all. So Exo Elites are now up to one elimination. Rocky gets tagged from behind there. Bloody was able to get a good shot there. We still have 13 teams that are remaining. And Primo and getting some shots in. Primo has to stay out of the windows. Alright, Primo kind of laying low there just a little bit. Just outside is going to be Entity. Alright, Mash. Kind of doing the same thing. It looks like Flash is going to kind of get out of that area. Alright, Entity definitely got some room to be able to get out of that area, get into the next zone. Real Gunners up to 9 eliminations for the team. They have definitely come back and trying to put some points on the board for sure. Alright, R2D coming in. Ooh, we got another team. Zombie boys are coming in right on top of R2D. Nicely done by Zombie Boys. Yeah, Sushi's World with a team of 3. They do have 1 elimination for the team right now. Mystic is down for Sushi's World, kind of off of it a little bit of a distance. That revive may not take place. We're down to 8 teams that remain, just 8. And this circle is definitely giving them plenty of time to be able to loot up and grab any extra stuff that they need. Dark Esports here has lost one of their members. They're now going to be a team of 3. Noob is down. See if Vancy, no. Dark Esports very quickly there is down and out to Zombie Boys. They are up to 12 eliminations. We definitely have, there are quite a few teams right here. And Flash goes down and it is out for Entity. All right, 6 teams remain. They do have quite a few bit left for them to be able to kind of wait it out for the zone. Ooh, bloody gets dropped. King Crazy clutch the win here. Crazy doing an extremely good job. It is very quickly there, down and out. Jalen in a bad position here. Alright, Sushi's World. And it's like they're gonna be a team of 3 here as the zone is gonna be starting closing in. Nice shots there, but is very quickly taken out. Alright, Jalen coming in with a rescue there. Sharon was not able to get the meds. Sushi's world is now down and out with 4 teams. Dalton is down. Is Homeless gonna be able to get this revive? Oh, we got just 3 teams that are gonna be remaining, and they are moving there into the zone. Zone of shifts. There is not a lot of cover here at all for these 3 teams. GG's, nicely done. Centennial taking a first. F2F taking a second. Homeless 10 through 12. All right, last match for tonight for the Sushi's Battle of the Best scrimmage on Wednesday. We're going to be here in Sandhawk. So this is going to be a very different gameplay for these teams. This is a very small map and a very small land map. So we're going to see a lot of teams kind of jump right on top of each other. Paradise Resort, Boot Camp, and Pan Am. Those three are going to be hotspots for this map. With this flight path that we have, are definitely those three locations are going to be extreme hotspots. Very easy to get to. We might see some teams get out to Hatihin, maybe even towards Camp Alpha. Got some good places for these teams to jump down, loot up, suit up, and grab what they need. And a lot of our teams are going towards that northern side. We've got two, looks like we might have 2 or 3 teams. Looks like we have 3 teams going into Boot Camp. We've got 2 teams in Pan Am. We've got 2 teams going into Paradise Resort. We've got looks like we got maybe 4 teams going up to Kaho. We are going to see some very quick fights. We've got 2 teams in Ruins. So let's start with Boot Camp. We've got F2F. Team 18, Shockwave in there as well. As well as Death Wish. Those 3 teams are in the heart, right in the center of a boot camp. We do have a couple teams that are outside. We've got Homeless out there a little ways. Heading, let's go quickly go into Paradise Resort, where we have a fight going on. We've got Team 3, Exo Elites, and Effexy. Tuji may be in trouble. Gets a good hit, but is very quickly taken out. Frexies are going to be the ones that are going to be controlling the Paradise Resort. Headed right back into... Alright, Shockwave. Team 18 starting out as being a duo. For match 2, they do already have a player down, and Shockwave are down and out. The last two teams that are going to be inside a boot camp is going to be F2F and Death Wish. Heading right up to Keho. Let's go check it out. Team 23. Team 23 is going to be R2D. Looks like R2D, their second team, is going to be in there as well with them. And then Zombie Boys, Bloody, getting some good shots on Jack. Jack is going to be down and eliminated, I believe, for Team 8. Alright, Flix is down. Let's see if Flix is going to be able to get revived. It is... Flix is going to be out here very momentarily. Bloody trying to get the revive and get taken out. Let's head right into Penang here real quick. Let's take a quick look here at Team 10. Game over. So game over is in Penang as well as Elite Battalions, but closing in very quickly is going to be Team of 12, a Real Gunner. So they're trying to slide their way into Penang. We got two of their members. So now we do see this quite a bit. We do see some splits here. Two and two split. Bama Boys up there on the hill, getting a few shots in as Wolf Maze kind of slide in. We do have two other members of our Real Gunners on the opposite side. We'll keep an eye on these three teams here that's inside the Penang area. Wolf may be in trouble. Looks like he may be pinned down a little bit. Bama Boys has been knocked. R2D. They're sitting as a duo here now after losing two, but they do have a one elimination. Team 23, the other R2D as well, are sitting as they're sitting as a team of three with one elimination now, looks like. Nova steps out of the house there and quickly gets dropped by Joker. And XYZ is going to come in for that revive. Ooh, Jot right there was able to definitely be able to get that drop, but was unable to get it. Alright, Jot is back up on their feet. Real Gunners with 3 eliminations. It looks like they might have actually been just been eliminated. Let's take a quick look at that. Nope. Real Gunners are still alive. They're going to be moving forward as a solo now. Alright, Paradise Resort still in the play. That is still inside the zone. This is going to allow teams to be able to kind of slide through there, grab any extra little stuff that's maybe left there from the teams that were there previously. And our zone does shift. We've got 14 teams remain, and we're going to get down to the very fast-paced action. A lot of action that's going to be taking place here. So we're going to try to catch what we can. Ooh, Walmart gets some shots in. Doesn't get any hits on Oliver, but was taken out from across the way from a Revo Yin. Bad Boy with a straight out of Nepal is a down. Oliver trying to get over, trying to get the revive. All right, we have 11 teams that are going to be remaining here. Our zone is about to shift. Let's see what happens here with our 11 teams that are all inside the zone. KC, nicely done. Was able to get a quick elimination there. All right, Centennials up to 6 eliminations. We still have 11 teams that are remaining. This is going to be an all-out brawl here very soon. All right, teams are going to be rotating in here. We got 10 teams remaining. Vamsi making their way into the zone from a dark Esports. Has to be careful here with Homeless that is up there on the hill. Let's see, does make it inside zone, does get a little bit of damage, is going to quickly heal up there. All right, Nova with R2D. Last one that is still standing for Team 23. Nova with a good hit there, does get a knock. Nova gets that kill. All right, these teams that are out there in that zone are going to be quickly falling out here. The zone is going to start hurting. Mash gets ran over. And F2P have been eliminated. We're now down to just 5 teams remain. Dot holding up very nicely inside the zone. Mari's are up there on the roof. It does get quite a few drops up there, long range. 3 teams are remaining. R2D, Homeless, and a Dot. Those 3 teams are still remaining. Now with Dot, we now down to 2 teams, Dot and Homeless. And the plushie come in with a kill. GG's, nicely done. Definitely came in with a clutch there. Dot taking that chicken and dinner. Homeless coming in second. R2D coming in third. Centennials coming in fourth. Dark coming in fifth. F2P coming in sixth. Real Gunners coming in seventh. Frex C coming in 8th. Elite Battalions coming in 9th. Game Over coming in 10th. Straight Outta Nepal coming in 11th. Entity Gaming coming in 12th. Zombie Boys coming in 13th. Sushi World coming in 14th. R2D coming in 15th as well. Death Wish coming in 16th. We'll get with the 17 here in just a minute. Exo Elites coming in 18th. Swifties coming in 19th. And a Broken Spirits coming in 20th. Shockwave coming in 17th. GG's to the teams that played. Nicely done. Saw a lot of action. Saw a lot of good fights going on. XV with Frisky going all out with 6 defeats. Vamish with the best companion with 4 revives. Definitely working hard keeping that team alive. And Too High with Dot dealing that final kill, giving them the chicken dinner for match number 4. Alright, that is it for tonight for the Sushi World Battle of the Best scrimmage that they do on Wednesdays. If you want to get in on these, they do these every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The link to their Discord is at the top of the chat for you guys. Get in, join the server, and then get your teams signed up for next week. Until next stream, guys, I will catch y'all later on another stream on another time. Y'all have a wonderful rest of y'all's Wednesday evening.